Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we'll see how to establish IPsec site-to-site VPN between AWS and Cisco CSR1000v router. I'll be using this particular setup for the demonstration. I have two regions. Left side region is Mumbai. I'll be using this region for all the AWS related VPN configurations. We'll be configuring virtual private gateway, the customer gateway, and the route propagation in this particular region. I have already created a VPC. I'll show the steps I followed to create this VPC. Here the subnet is 172.16.100.0/24 and we have one host running here. Its IP is 100.11 and right side is a simulation of an on-premises network. There I have already spinned up a CSR1000v router and that is exposed to internet, and inside the same subnet I have two separate servers running, and there the subnet is 192.168.0.0/24. Here also I have created a separate VPC for adding this subnet. Here first I'll show you already established tunnel. Left side is Mumbai region. Here I have already created a tunnel and the tunnel status is up. You can see the status here. And we have one instance running and its IP is 172.16.100.11. In the right side we have three instances and two servers and one Cisco router, and we can check the connectivity from this particular server to the server which is located in the Mumbai region. I'll try to ping to the server. It is reachable. Here first we'll see the existing configuration, then we will delete and reconfigure the VPN. We'll go to VPC. To create VPN network, first you need to create customer gateway. I'll open the existing customer gateway. So that has to be the public IP of the router. We can verify the public IP of the router here. After creating customer gateway, we need to create a virtual private gateway, and that virtual private gateway has to be attached to the VPC. And we can verify the VPC configuration. I'm using this particular VPC, AWS VPN demo VPC, and that is having the subnet 172.16.100.0/24. To create the VPC, need to go to create VPC. I have selected VPC and more. Here we need to give the VPC name, and here I have given 172.16.100.0/24. Based on your requirement, you can give the subnet. Since it is a demo, I have given /24 smaller subnet. Then here we are not using IPv6, and availability zone I have given only one since it is a demo. Then the public subnet 1 I have given and private 0. And we are not going to use NAT gateways or VPN endpoints for this particular VPC because we are using only VPN for this. So then I clicked on create VPC. Now in the VPN configuration, after creating virtual private gateway, we need to attach that to the VPC which we created earlier. Then we can create site-to-site VPN. We need to click on create VPN, give a name for the VPN, then select the previously created gateway, select the customer gateway which we have created earlier, then select static. We are not using the routing protocol here, so we are going to create a very simple IPsec VPN, and in the static IP prefixes we need to give both subnets. Then in the local IP network, that is 192.168.0.0/24, that is this particular subnet, and remote IP is going to be 172.16.0.0/24. And if you want to customize the tunnel options, you can do that. Yeah, but you're not going to edit anything. We have multiple options here. We can even change the Diffie-Hellman group or phase 1 encryption algorithm. All these options you can edit. And if you want to trigger the VPN connection from AWS side, you can give this start option, but we are not going to use it. We'll just create a default connection, and while downloading the Cisco configuration, we'll get that option as well. If you're enabling the VPN start option here, you need to give the public IP of this particular region in the router config, but we are going to use the default configurations. So now we have completed all the VPN configuration, customer gateway, virtual private gateway, and site-to-site VPN connection. After that, you need to go to route table. So this is the route table which is attached to the VPC. You need to open that and enable route propagation. So here you need to go to actions and edit route propagation and select the virtual private gateway which we have created earlier. These are the steps in the Mumbai region to enable AWS side VPN. And in the right side, first we need to spin up a Cisco CSR device. I already have created a video. I'll put that link also in the description and notification. Once you do that, in the instances, you need to stop the source destination check, because this is going to act as a router and all the VPN traffics are going to pass through this particular device. So we need to disable that option from the instance actions. Then we need to add a static route here. I'll go to VPC console, route table, and here for the remote subnet, we need to add a route to this particular router. And from here, based on the remote device type, we can download the VPN configuration. To download the configuration, we need to go to site-to-site connection, select the tunnel, then download configuration. We have multiple options here. Since it is an RFC protocol, all these vendors are going to follow same standard for the tunnel establishment. So here I have selected CSR1000v, then CSRV AMI, and selected IKEv2. IKEv2 considered more faster and secure, but if you see here, some of the devices doesn't support IKEv2. You can see here we don't have option to download the IKEv2 configuration for this particular device type. So for Cisco device, I have downloaded IKEv2 configuration. Now I'll click on download. I'll save the configuration. And we'll be getting the configuration in this format from AWS. And I'll open the configuration which is added in Cisco router. This is the configuration which is already added in the Cisco router. I have copied and pasted from this particular text file. If you compare it, it will be almost same. There are few changes. In the IKEv2 policy, we need to give private IP address of the interface. We can verify that from the router. I will reconnect to this particular CSR. The username is EC2 user. And this is getting connected to external network. So its IP is 192.168.0.5. and it is already mentioned here in this particular downloaded configuration. We need to either give interface name or private IP on outside interface. So this particular configuration won't accept interface name, so we have to give the private IP. Then this is going to be same. You can see here the pre-shared key, and under IKEv2 profile we need to give the interface name. And here we can see one description. So startup action, if it is start, so AWS will try to initiate the VPN connection. At that time we need to give public IP address of the router, and here we need to give the interface name. That is another difference. And here also we need to give the interface name under the tunnel config. These are the only changes from the downloaded file once you copy paste it. And if you try to initiate connection from this particular region, you will be able to reach. So we have tested already, so we were able to reach to the another side. Now if you want to verify the VPN status from the CSR router, I'll go to the device terminal. So from here we can give so crypto IKEv2. We can verify even the profile configuration. We'll be able to see the profile configuration. Then we can execute show crypto IKEv2 SA. So this will give you the security association, and status is ready. And another command is we can give session, and this will be giving the sessions. To get the socket we need to give show crypto socket. So here we'll be able to see the socket, and if you want to see the status, stats, and here we'll be able to see the stats of the connection. So in this way you can verify the tunnel. Now we'll delete the existing tunnel configurations and reconfigure it. I'll go to the device console, and here if you see the startup config, that doesn't have any VPN configurations. So what I'll do a reload of the device. I'll give no here, so that this will load with the default configuration. While this is booting, I'll delete the configurations from Mumbai region. First we'll delete the site-to-site VPN connection from here. Click on action, delete VPN connection, give delete. I'll delete customer gateway. We need to detach the virtual private gateway from the VPC. It will take a couple of seconds to detach it. Once it is detached, we'll delete even virtual private gateway. Now status is detached. I'll delete virtual private gateway. Now we'll verify the route table. The actions. Click on edit route propagation. Here now we don't have any route propagation. When we deleted the virtual private gateway, it automatically deleted even the route propagation from here. Here we'll try to refresh the instance page, and we'll verify the public IP. So it is having same public IP. We'll try to SSH to the router. I'll give EC2 hyphen user, and now this doesn't have any VPN configuration. Now we'll start adding the VPN configuration here. Go to the VPC. First we'll add customer gateway. Copy the public IP of the router. Create customer gateway. CSR2. I'll give CGW customer gateway. Here we need to give the public IP. And we are not going to use BGP protocol, so you can leave it as default. And then we need to create virtual private gateway. Create on virtual private gateway and go to actions, attach to VPC, and we'll select this particular VPC. This is having 172.16 subnet. Click on attach. Go to site-to-site VPN connection. Create VPN connection, and I will call this new CSR tunnel. I'll select the gateway which we created, then customer ID, and routing option is going to be static. Here we need to add both subnets, 192.168.0.0/24, then 172.16.100.0/24, and local IP is going to be the remote subnet 192.168.0.0/24, and here 172.16.100.0/24. And tunnel options will leave it as default, and click on create VPN connection. This will take 1 or 2 minutes for creating the tunnel. In the meantime, we can download the configuration. I will select Cisco Systems. Platform is CSRV AMI. I'll select IKEv2. Click on download. And file name is 41C. Open the file. We can compare the configuration with the previous config. If you see this is same, and here this is also going to be same. This is just adding one exit. And this will change because we are going to have a new pre-shared key, and peer IP also is going to change. We can copy this. Paste it here. Here only this part is going to change. In this case also it is gigabit Ethernet 1. So we just need to put only this configuration here. And by default, this will be adding 255.0. Device will be adding that value. This configuration is different because the name is different for the transform set. Now I'll copy this, paste it here. This also we can copy paste. So this is same, then keep alive also same. This line also the same. We can copy paste this particular line. This will not be visible in the device. Then we can copy paste the tunnel configuration, and we need to change the interface name there. Gigabit Ethernet 1. Then we need to add the route. So here we are routing the 172.1600.0 subnet to tunnel 1. Here in this demo we are not going to configure tunnel 2, so we can copy paste the complete configuration to the device. I will copy entire content, open device terminal and paste it. Now we'll try to initiate a ping from this particular subnet. Here now it is not reachable. We will check the configuration of this side. We'll go to route table. Click on this route table, go to actions, edit route propagation, and we need to enable that. We'll enable that and check the tunnel again. We'll go to site VPN, tunnel details. So now tunnel is coming up. We'll try reaching again. So now we are able to reach it. Earlier we haven't added the route propagation. That is why it was not able to reach. Now if you want to test any other connection, for example, here we can run an HTTP server. I'll give python 3-m http.server, and here now a simple HTTP server is running in port number 8000. I'll open the EC2 instance here, and this IP is 0.8. We'll give HTTP 192.168.0.8:8000. We need to give wget. We are able to download the content from this particular HTTP site. And if you look into the security groups, this is the security group which I am using here, and that is having an inbound rule with ICMP, SSH and HTTP allowed, and all TCP I am allowing from this particular subnet. Based on your requirement, you can add the security group details. If you look into this region security group, I'm using this particular security group for all the EC2 instances. So here also I'm allowing ICMP, HTTP and SSH connection. All these options you can customize based on the traffic or protocols which you want to allow through the tunnel. I hope this video was helpful for you to understand how to establish IPsec site-to-site VPN tunnel between AWS and Cisco CSR1000v. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.